Into Rover Sports Live. We just saw the beginning of the Baker Mayfield era. To all of our friends on Facebook, on Periscope, we did a halftime report, and we thought we might see something special. We saw Baker Mayfield go 17 for 21 with two drops. He really, in my opinion, was 19 for 21. Throwing laser beams, showing poise, and the Cleveland Browns finally get off the schneid, finally win the game. And people in Cleveland are going wild. So we're here in Philadelphia. We're Rover Sports. I'm Bruce, the Sports Doc. We want to welcome all comments in.
We're live on Periscope, live on YouTube.
We're live on Periscope, live on YouTube. And I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Brownies win. Browns win. Hugh Jackson is now 2-32. This Browns team is 1-1-1. This Browns team protected Baker Mayfield well. What a way to end the game, defensively getting the turnovers to seal the deal. And Brownies fans all around the world, Baker Mayfield comes into the game and like a Hollywood movie script. I mean, this was a rarefied air. This dude is a special, special player. And you know what? You know what? I'll tell you that. Baker Mayfield is shutting up all his critics. We have Alexander on here saying Colin Cowherd, a guy who's obsessed with Sam Darnold, says that Baker Mayfield was undraftable, said he would be no better than Case Keenum. And boy, oh boy, Baker Mayfield under the bright lights. I can't wait to see Cowherd show Mayfield was a star. Pinpoint throws, back shoulder passes, led his team out from underneath complete. They were in the abyss during that football game. They were down 14-0 with no hope. And in the second half, he dominated. He took over. He was the guy. He was not Deshaun Kaiser. He was not Tyrod Taylor. He was not Brandon Weeden, Johnny Manziel, Kelly Holcomb, all the other Browns quarterbacks. They landed their guy.
Sure did. And the fact that they went head-to-head, Sam Darnold with 2 interceptions, bad interceptions, jumping, like trying to do a jump pass. Darnold looked like a rookie. Baker Mayfield came out there, and just like he did in Oklahoma, he was throwing laser beams. He was beautiful throws down. Everything was pinpoint. And guys were dropping 2 dropping passes. So the Browns had virtually no running game. Didn't matter at all. Baker Mayfield wins the game. This is exciting. This is great for the league. A star is born.
And John Dorsey must be feeling real good because Baker Mayfield, he changes a culture. I mean, what other guys is Jamal Adams going to come up to after the game? Baker Mayfield's a star, and stars recognize stars. And you see Josh McCown, a fellow Texan, come up to Baker Mayfield. That's the respect that this guy has. This guy's a presence. This guy was 5'3" as a freshman in high school. You know how hard it is to be a freshman in high school and be normal height? This guy was 5'3". He knows how to handle adversity. The guy was a walk-on. Bob Stoops didn't even know his name. The guy is an absolute legend, and this was an amazing – Bruce, how amazing was to go ahead drive? Talk about some of the throws that Baker Mayfield was making during the second half.
Well, he was throwing across the field. Down the middle, there was one amazing. There was a guy blanketed, a laser beam right in there. Just the way he throws, he has the throwing lanes down. He scrambled. He was running out. I'm not sure he was sacked at all. Was he sacked one time?
Maybe one time when he fumbled the ball, but then the offensive
line. And the Browns didn't have a running game. But you know what's amazing? Look at the Browns' offensive line. When they had a leader, they know how to block for him. Unlike Tyrod Taylor, who's just completely absent. Tyrod Taylor had like 2 yards throwing. They did the Philly. Wasn't that amazing?
And he caught
it. Here we're in Philly. We are Rover Sports.
The lefty,
we're on
Jarvis Landry.
We're here at ESPN Philly. And you can see our little backdrop.
How about Jarvis Landry?
Jarvis Landry played great, except for one real stupid block.
He had some stupid and a terrible drop, so he almost messed it up. But the great catch, Jarvis is really a weapon, and Baker gets the ball so quickly. But he throws it on the back shoulder. He knows throwing lanes. The guy's like a shortstop.
Callaway played great.
And there was the arm strength of Baker was a little bit questioned, but this guy clearly has. He can rifle it.
He was throwing laser beams, and certainly Callaway. They got rid of Josh Gordon. Now, does anybody miss Josh Gordon? Callaway came in and did great. He caught some great sideline passes. The wide receivers look fantastic. This is an exciting team. The Browns are a team on the rise. And, you know, their team their fans, the dog pound, they've been through so much garbage. Like they said, they drafted like 15 first rounders in like 3 years prior to last year, and not one of them stuck because they were all busts. John Dorsey, looking like a hero, drafting Baker Mayfield. Baker, your favorite player in college.
One of my favorite players.
Really
I mean, I have a couple of favorite, like Drew Lock and Davis Webb.
But the fact is, this guy walked on. He walked on to Oklahoma. Nobody even knew who he was. And the defense, by the way, defense played well. Wait till the defense.
And you know what's
plays.
funny? Uncle Lou, I'm wearing a Georgia shirt. I went to a Georgia game. But Uncle Lou, all the Georgia fans, says Baker Mayfield wouldn't last in the NFL. And boy, oh boy, he just proves the haters wrong. Like, people thought when he got to Cleveland that that Baker Mayfield would just like flame out. But this guy's incredibly likable. He went from being a walk-on to now being the first pick in the draft. And people thought that nobody could come into Cleveland and turn around a franchise. Now it is just one win. But to do this on Sunday Night Football with the Jets running the ball as well as they did, I mean, the Jets controlled the first half of the game running the football. But the debut couldn't have been any better. This guy can make all the throws. This guy's a great leader, a great presence. And this was on Thursday Night Football, the world watching. This was the best Thursday night game I've ever seen, but easily the best Thursday night game I've ever seen, and one of the greatest debuts that we've ever seen from an athlete, period. It was such a fun game.
The best
I was really rooting for the Browns and Hugh Jackson to win.
The best thing is they were down 14-0. They had no offense. Their offensive line looked terrible. Tyrod Taylor was clueless, was lost, and they looked done. And it looked like Cleveland was going to lose another game. And Baker's there on the headset. And they had a camera on Baker the whole time. How exciting was that? This is must-see TV. He came in, and even when he kneeled the ball down, it was exciting. He came in, and he was throwing tight spirals. Jarvis Landry was used to seeing marshmallows from Tyrod Taylor. Complete loser, Tyrod Taylor. But all of a sudden, that ball came coming with like 100 revolutions. That first shot hit him in the shoulder pads. He's not used to a real NFL quarterback throwing the ball. No, Jarvis Landry, that one that hit him right in the shoulder pads. He's used to lollipops. But you just watch it. We're going to be doing a film review here on Rover Sports.
Probably.
And
at least the second half, like 12 throws maybe.
Footwork is great. Steps into the pocket. Fearless. Look at how relaxed he is. Do you see with happy feet? Look at Tyrod Taylor with happy feet.
No panic.
Happy feet.
No panic
There's
in Baker.
no panic
That's
in
the
Baker.
thing about Baker. He's not quick to dump it off. He lets the play progress. The offensive line was great for Baker tonight. The receivers did a tremendous job. That throw to Callaway on 3rd and 10 was the biggest throw of the game. The back shoulder throw. And then I thought Cleveland was going to blow it. I thought that Cleveland was going to blow it because they did a dumb shovel pass on 2nd down. Then Todd Haley went back to the run, and Carlos Hyde was somehow able to get in for that go-ahead touchdown. That was amazing. That was very unlike Cleveland Brown. And you need a magical player like who was in the past, like Kozar was that player for Cleveland Browns. You need a transcendent athlete in Cleveland like LeBron to do it. And Baker's got a long way to go. I'm not saying that he's arrived at all, but this team could be fun this year.
Let's face it.
And if Baker continues to play well, they could compete in this division. It's a division that they can win some games.
I'll make an analogy. Listen, we did the Aaron Rodgers. We had 3,500 viewers. You guys are amazing for Rover Sports. And you know what? What happened when Aaron Rodgers came in the game in the second half? The offensive line played better. He was just magic. The whole team played better. The defense played better. This guy, obviously Aaron, this guy Baker Mayfield has the it factor. And again, Carlos Hyde, major yards after contact. Everybody is excited. This is a team on the rise.
49ers.
This team, certainly in their division. Who do they have in there? Pittsburgh having an off year. Bengals are still the Bengals. 2-0.
We are NFL.
We are NFL fans. I'm an Eagles season ticket holder for 40 years. But you know what? I love exciting football.
I'm a Giants fan.
He's a Giants fan. Neither one of us we've never even been in Cleveland.
I love Baker.
But you know what?
I love Mayfield.
But how can you not love Baker Mayfield? It's exciting. This is what sports is all about.
I mean, how exciting was it to see Baker come in today? And the fact that he won the football game.
He's a gunslinger. He knew he was going to win the game. That's the thing. The swagger, man. The gunslinger from Oklahoma. This was exciting.
We got some Niners fans in here. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And we have a lot of Niners fans.
I was rooting for the Browns totally in this game tonight. I mean, Baker, you look at Sam Darnold and Baker just has that excitement to him. That's why I said I would take Baker and Josh Rosen over Sam Darnold. I was validated tonight. Everybody's been telling me the Giants are going to regret not taking Sam Darnold. I looked at Sam
Darnold
tonight,
looked
throwing
flat.
up lollipops, and Baker Mayfield was that dude tonight. People were telling John Dorsey, you're an idiot for taking Baker number 1. He was going to be there at 4. Not at all. If you look at the Jets war room, they were going to take Baker Mayfield. There's a reason that this guy went number 1, and it was because of tonight, because the guy can make every throw.
He's special.
He can resurrect a franchise.
He's the most accurate.
Culture.
Him and Rodgers, he could just hit a pinpoint. I saw him on an exhibition where he was throwing 20, 30-yard passes, really, like right on the dime, and he's got incredible arm talent. We've got 60 people viewing YouTube.
And
guys, what do you think, guys? Baker Mayfield, Thursday Night Football isn't boring anymore. A star is born.
No Loletta, man. No Loletta. Everybody's talking about comments. I'm willing to let Eli ride it out a couple more weeks. But, it's just exciting. I mean, this game tonight, seeing the two rookies go at it, Tyrod Taylor was stale in the first half. He couldn't get anything going. Baker Mayfield's team now, it's so exciting to see another quarterback arrive on the NFL scene. And really, the NFL is getting better. The product's getting so much better. You look at all 32 teams. They all have starting quarterbacks. This defense now is intriguing with Greg Williams. This whole team, now that they have a quarterback, is incredibly, incredibly intriguing, Bruce.
And one thing, we've been watching Cleveland with Hard Knocks.
Really special.
These two guys, Greg Williams certainly is one of the starchiest players. Todd Haley, if you watch it, these guys are just completely off the hook. They're fun. And we've been watching him at Hard Knocks. But look at Baker Mayfield. He's had the it factor. Tyrod Taylor is a place filler. I'll make an analogy. I remember when Doug Peterson was the coach and Donovan McNabb was in waiting. And we were just waiting to get rid of Peterson. He's a very good coach for the Eagles, one of the worst quarterbacks to ever suit up. But as soon as McNabb came in, they started winning. He had the it factor. I look here, Tyrod Taylor is boring. He throws 3-yard, 5-yard passes.
Yeah.
His percentage is artificially inflated. But you know what? The guy's a loser. He's a complete loser. Nice guy, complete losers. And you know what? He's done.
Nice
Baker
guy.
Mayfield,
Baker's team.
let him go into IR with a lumbar strain that should keep most people out for like a day. Bottom line is, no, he is injured.
Baker's
Bottom line is,
team,
it's Baker's team.
No
Tyrod is toast.
No one's debating that. It's Baker's damn team. The only reason they didn't want to put Baker in there was because they were scarred up by Deshaun Kaiser last year. It was right to let Tyrod start a couple of games. You don't want Baker to be scarred. And Baker in the spot, he had to go in because of the injury. The first half, the team needed a spark. The team was in danger of going to 0-2. And Tyrod Taylor was terrible in the first half. He wasn't very good in the Saints or the Steelers game.
He threw for like 2 yards.
And in Buffalo, he was not good in Buffalo.
Tyrod Taylor,
he never won any playoff games. I mean, Buffalo went 9-7. But other than that, I mean, I was a Tyrod guy when he was battling Matt Castle. I was excited to see what he would do, but he doesn't have the consistency to play at the level that Baker Mayfield does.
Listen,
so it was
look at Tyrod Taylor. You know what he is? For a fast guy, he plays slow. He always goes for the first read. He gets sacked a lot, and the offensive line doesn't know where he is. Baker Mayfield is able to move through the pocket. He can feel it. He can just feel the rush. Look at Tyrod. He got a back. He got a sack. He didn't even feel the rush. He doesn't have a feel for playing football. He's done. For you Browns fans out there, congratulations. You finally have a win. For you, Jackson, who lost a brother, he lost a mother, it's very sad. For him, it's validation, his first win. And a good quarterback could make a coach look really good.
Todd Bowles.
Todd
bringing
Bowles,
it up in the
very,
chat.
very average. Todd Bowles, average.
Right there. He makes Jim Caldwell look animated out there.
Yeah, Todd Bowles. Obviously, the Jets had a great win against a very hapless Detroit Lions team. They're pretenders. I don't think the Jets have it at all.
Bad loss for the Jets.
It's a bad loss. They had a 14-0 lead. Completely folded like a house of cards.
Jeremy Bates. I mean, the one thing, it's not good to just, impulsively say that Todd Bowles should lose his job.
I didn't say he should lose his job.
Seasons,
I'm just saying.
You're right.
I'm not.
He's got to show more discipline. The thing about the Jets in this game, their defense wasn't very good in the second half.
They're saying pump the brakes. It's one damn game. But you know what? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. We'll see.
Enjoying everything.
I'm predicting that Mayfield is laser sharp. He will only get better. Imagine the pressure. You're down 14-0 on national TV. This guy is calm. So yeah, pump the brakes. You don't enjoy it. You know what? Don't pump the brakes. Just enjoy the win.
Ride it out. ride it out. That's what sports are.
Ride it out, man. Enjoy it.
This is one of the few areas of life we can overreact.
It's not like your job where you're not gonna get a $10 million raise. It's sports. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. A star is born tonight. Baker Mayfield.
Great job. Do you want to end the Periscope?
Yeah, we want to thank everybody on YouTube and Periscope.
YouTube, we can go 5 more minutes.
Well, on YouTube, we're going to go a few more minutes. On Periscope, you guys have been great. A lot of viewers talk about Rover Sports. Thanks for the compliments. I'm Bruce, the sports doc. That's what I do. I'm a sports doctor. This guy's actually a professional sports broadcaster. His name's Spencer
I'm not
Spencer
professional. G. Come on. I'm just do this on my house, but whatever.
Yeah, right. Okay, so in any event.
Well, yeah, I'm a professional.
So that's it. He's very modest.
I'm very
So in any event, we are on, by the way, we're on Rover Sports. You can catch us on the TuneIn Radio app next Wednesday night from 8 to 9. I'm sorry, from 7 to 8 o'clock. If you're here in Philly, 610 tri-state area. Otherwise, TuneIn Radio app, Rover Sports. We are going to be going all around the NFL. This is just the beginning. We are going to be doing a lot more. So for you guys on Periscope, good night and good sports. For YouTube, let's keep the content rolling.
Well,
thanks a lot, guys. Thank you so much.
So what a win tonight for the Cleveland Browns. Cole Thrass wrote a great comment, says that Baker Mayfield could win Super Bowls. And it was incredible. You know, my friend Entertainer and I were talking tonight, and Baker has magic. The kid just has magic. People doubted Baker Mayfield. Keep the doubt coming in. The kid has magic.
That's right. Keep doubting him. He was doubted everywhere.
You know what? I kind of want to watch the post game. I want to kind of keep it concise a little bit, Bruce. And do you have anything to say?
Just wrapping it up. Baker Mayfield was, I believe, 18 for 21, 201 yards, came in, precision. He took the back from the dead. He brought the Cleveland Browns their first victory in who can remember. And also, certainly the wide receivers, the offensive line, the defense came up stout. So the Cleveland Browns have a new culture, a winning culture. We haven't seen it. It just felt a little bit different today. Hope you guys all enjoyed Thursday Night Football. Hope you enjoyed our post-game Rover Sports again. Thanks again. Great comments tonight. Everybody, if you like it, tell your friends about Rover Sports. Yeah. We're a little bit different.
What a great start to the weekend.
Great start to the weekend, and you'll be covering Giants, Texans, and I'll be covering the Eagles. Obviously, the return of Carson Wentz next week. Both of us are going to be in Nashville covering Eagles Titans. We'll be there live, and we'll be broadcasting live on Periscope and YouTube and Facebook. In any event, thanks so much, everybody.
Congrats to the Browns fans.
Congrats to the Browns fans. You guys had a long draft. Neither one of us have even set foot in Cleveland, but you know what? It's a good story tonight. Everybody, good night. Good night.